Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. Good. Excellent. How are you?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a hot flash? No.
It's not cunty this week.
No. I don't feel like we've had time.
No. We've been super bursy.
be-
Do you have one?
No. I mean,
You gotta have one because you didn't
okay.
last week.
So I kind of do, but I feel like we've talked about this before. Like today, we're talking about clothes, okay? That's usually what my hot flash
yeah.
is. So I am currently wearing a jean jacket that I feel like I've had for 7-8 years.
I got one in.
Like, are we still wearing jean jackets?
Yeah.
We're allowed to?
They're super in.
Okay, because when I put it on, I was like, this is like being, you know.
You felt like
Yeah,
you
like
were
I
from the
wasn't
90s.
cool anymore.
Nope, they're super in. Denim is like, and denim on denim.
I've never been able to do that.
Me either. Can't do the Canadian tuxedo.
No. I see girls do it that looks super cute, and I'm like, I just don't feel like I can pull it off.
Me
But
either.
when I put this on today, I'm like, I'm committed, but I don't know if we're wearing these anymore. Because it's not a, like, oversized one. I feel like those are cool right now. This one's like a short one. It hits me right at the waist, you know. It's not oversized. It's fitting them arms.
I think
But really, who fucking cares?
exactly. So denim jacket.
Yeah. But it totally crossed my mind. I'm like, are we doing this anymore?
Shit, yeah. I have one that's the same. That fucking like 10 years old.
Yeah.
Worn and washed out. I think those are the best ones, in
Yeah.
my opinion. And then I have another one that's the one of those that's sit in the closet because one day I won't be able to wear it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a true Levi denim one.
Yeah. With like zero stretch. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I can wear it.
You
We'll
probably
see.
can.
But like denim jumpsuits, denim on denim, denim skirts.
Yeah.
I don't like a denim
I
skirt.
used to love a denim
You
skirt. Oh my god, yeah. Uh-huh. Or even a denim skort. Do you remember those? They were like shorts, but the front of it looked like a skirt.
Yes. Yes, I know what you're
And
talking
then
about now.
you'd wear your Doc Marten sandals with them.
I did have one of those.
Your baby doll tee.
I did love those. Mm-hmm. And it was like shorts in the back, but
Yeah.
like looked like a skirt in the front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I had to keep
I loved them.
And then we had those fucking brown chunky sandals.
Yeah, they were like Doc Marten knockoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. The strappy ones.
Yeah, from Kmart.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And if you got them things wet,
Oh, man.
your feet stank. You remember that?
I don't remember that. I do remember them not lasting very long if you got them wet, but
Yeah.
they stank too.
They stank when you got them wet.
Oh, I bet.
Like,
Teenagers,
yeah. Ugh.
plus like there's nowhere to sweaty feet and water mix. Gross.
Yeah. Yep. They're coming back in. I saw somewhere was selling them, and I was like, what?
I can't do it. Why?
Yeah.
90s is in.
Yeah. Like you remember the Delilah magazines?
Oh, man.
I wanted clothes from there so bad.
Me too. You always go through and circle shit. Like, I want that. Skater girl stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Like catch my ass on a skateboard, but
I'm gonna wear
I'd
that.
be wearing it.
I never could pull off the Jenko jeans.
Me either. Because they didn't like hang on your hips.
My parents wouldn't let me.
Yeah, mine wouldn't either.
Yours wouldn't either?
No. Well, I mean, I didn't ever really like ask for it.
I can't see Dee letting you.
But, oh no, she probably totally. I ain't spending that kind of money on them stupid ass jeans. I could just hear it right now.
They're in again,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, Joseph wears them. My nephew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, you could put a whole skateboard in that back pocket.
Oh, yeah. They're so long. The pockets
They're
are so long.
long. I remember girls stealing them from their boyfriends when we were like in 9th grade and wearing them. So weird.
So weird.
It's like that meme that says, I want to borrow my husband's sweatshirt or his t-shirt, and I think it'll be all oversized and cute, and then it just fits perfect.
It's like, damn it.
I just want to feel like a petite lady, and I'm not.
I wear Josh's to bed sometimes because he buys the Carhartt ones that are oversized, and I do feel petite in them.
Yeah. Corey gave me a couple of hoodies that don't fit his chest right. And I was like, okay, I'll try them on. They fit across my chest. I'm like, of course.
Well, you got titties.
Of course. He's like, no, but it looks better on you. I'm like, yeah, I bet it does. I bet. Yeah. So last night, Corey and I don't watch shows together. I was sitting next to him on the couch, and
You watch Dateline, right?
occasionally, yeah. If I'm tired and I don't want to go do anything, we absolutely watch Dateline. And I think I more of watch it, and he tries. But so we were sitting on the couch, and he was scrolling his phone. Some dumbass show was on. I don't even know what it was. I was like, "What are you watching?" He goes, "TikTok." I go, "Can I have the remote, please?" And he gives me the remote, and I turned on 1923. Have you and Josh been watching that? So we watched the first season, and now that new season is on, right? I don't know how long I can hang.
Why?
Because, it's so dramatic and, almost to the unbelievable point. And I'm like, can Spencer just get the fuck home already?
Girl.
That is the longest journey ever.
Well, it's 2 whole fucking seasons of the journey is what it
get
is.
home. Go home.
I saw somebody posted that they're only going to do 7 episodes, so I think this coming Sunday would be the last episode.
Okay.
And somebody said, "Are you fucking kidding me? 2 whole seasons of him getting home, and then we're going to have a fight and the season's over?"
Yeah. It's just, there's so much. And I can't, pin the storylines together. I'm hoping that eventually, they all mesh. But, the priest and the 2 guys that are searching for the Indian lady, I don't know how this fits into the storyline yet.
I think it's going to be the Indians on Yellowstone. Because, the Indians fighting for the land of Yellowstone, through the whole season.
Right.
And then at the end, did you watch the last season?
No, I didn't.
Are you going to?
Yeah, probably eventually. But I know that that's been, the whole storyline of Yellowstone, too. But, in 1923, I'm like, how does this storyline fit in?
I think they're going to end up in Montana.
Right. Isn't Montana where she ran from? Wasn't she in a school in Montana?
Yeah.
And she ran from it.
I think she may.
So they'll, bring her back?
I don't know. That's what Josh and I think, is that she's going to end up back there somehow in relation to, or go and help fight. And be brought into the Yellowstone, and then that's how their relationship with the Indians, Native Americans works.
I know, I called her an Indian girl, and I meant Native American.
Yeah, no, I totally...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not meaning anything.
No, not anything bad. But, I don't know. So, and then there's a couple of things on there that I looked at Corey, and I said I would have never survived. I know that, they don't know any better or anything, but when she walks into the ice house... This is an episode we watched last night, and there's a huge piece of meat hanging, and she just cuts a piece off of it for dinner. I was
when she goes down into the...
Yeah, I was like, I would not have been cut out for that time. Or when Spencer's wife...
It would have been normal for you.
It would have been normal, and I know that, but I feel like my stomach still would have turned. And then when Spencer's wife is on the boat coming over to America, and it was so... The waves and... I mean, it was...
knocked
everybody
around.
screaming around. I was like, no. I'm not cut out for that. I'm so thankful I was born in this century.
Josh and I were sitting watching it, and so this last episode, people are just willing to help. And so much more genuinely want to see you be successful. There's a lot more shit that went on and troubles you had to get through.
Right.
But we were like, it would be so cool to live in that time. And then you think of it as a man and a woman's perspective too, though. I told Josh, I think it'd be cool to live in that time, but for women, it would be completely different for us.
Yeah, we were property.
Yeah.
And the way they treated Spencer's wife when she got to Ellis Island.
Yeah.
Like, that was crazy.
Have you seen the train scene, how they treated her there?
No, I haven't got to that part. I'm in the part where she just bought her train ticket.
Okay, you're close.
I'm on that episode.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just, there's so much.
I've also heard a lot of people being really annoyed. I don't know. You didn't watch Landman. But Landman is also a Taylor Sheridan one. And a lot of people are like, the sexual violence, it's over-sexualized. And Landman is kind of the same way. Landman to me was so hard to watch because there were so many parts with the daughter having her ass out and her ditties out and the mom it was over sexualized.
Yeah, and I have a hard time with shows like that. And like I know like things were hard back then and like that was really prevalent and stuff, but like I don't know, when they put it on a screen I'm like,
and constantly you don't have to do it over and over again. It feels like, I don't know, he just feels dirty to me. So yeah. 1923, I can get past some of it, but the Landman one, you would feel the same way. You get
I
to
probably wouldn't watch it.
It's just so like, this is so stupid. Even Josh was like, I called it out. He didn't notice it at first, and he was like, "This is kind of annoying." He was like, "That part didn't need to be in there at all."
Yeah, I don't like it when that's the whole premise of the show, or like they just slip it in so much as to like, okay. And that's the other part of the 1923.
And then I was like, am I old?
I think we are.
But
But the other storyline I'm trying to figure out like where it fits in, like I kind of know where it fits in, but not really, is the sheep herder and the businessman that are working together in 1923. I know the sheep herder had a fight with the Duttons, big fight, and now he's working with that businessman. But, like, the whole sexualized thing, too, of, like, the two prostitutes that he beat the shit out of. And, like, it's so weird.
So it happens again. It was really over-sexualized in the last episode. And he walks in and the one guy says, this is somebody's daughter. And he explains what he's doing and why he's doing it.
And why he is violent like that?
He's using them.
Well, yeah. But...
He's say, oh, so you'll see it. Do you want me to say it, tell you what he says?
I mean, I don't care.
He basically says, I do this. He gets them to the point of pain and then pleasure, pain and then pleasure, pain and then pleasure, to where the both are correlated together. And then gets them to where he can use them on other men.
So he's to pimp them out?
Basically, like, he's going to train them to get men to do what he wants.
It's so weird. It sounds to me like Taylor Sheridan needs counseling.
It's weird. It's very, very weird.
Like, I know there's creativity and stuff, but when all your storylines are about that, like, maybe you need some counseling, sir.
Yeah. This last one was, like...
rough.
Yeah. And then when the train scene is rough, too.
Oh, God. So I'll just be ready to fast forward.
It's a lot of cringy.
Like, I can see, like, when it starts to happen, and I'm like, I get the idea of what's going to happen. I don't need all the details.
Yeah, skip 10 to 30 seconds.
Yeah. So, anyways, I just want Spencer. Whoa.
Spencer home.
Yeah, just get your ass home, Spencer, so we can move on.
Help him.
Let's move on.
And if you get home and they don't win the fight and then they don't do a third season, I'm going to get mad.
Well, maybe they'll move on to a different era.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, so then we're going to be like 40s. And then they're going to go into the Great Depression and how they saved their land during the Great Depression. Like, come on. Anyway.
You guys, my neighbors, I got a story.
Let's hear it.
You know my neighbor's story?
Yeah.
I told Tess. I think the reason I want to bring it up is because I want to know, like, if you kind of feel the same way. But so there's these neighbors that live kind of across from us, And we've always thought that they were a little weird. They'll wave. They don't talk to anybody. They won't, like, if you're walking by their house and they're right there, they're not stopping to chit-chat with you.
Right.
They're moving on, going towards their house. Come to find, so they, for a long time, their well was broken, and they were going into town to get water multiple times a day. And I mean, 3 years, their well's probably 2 to 3 years, their well's been broken. And for us, it was like, I don't know why it never was like, I mean, there's kids in that house. You should probably, you might want
Probably because you knew that they had a fix for it. Like, they were getting water. It's not like there wasn't.
Yeah, it just
wasn't the way you typically get water.
Yeah.
So.
And then you also go to each their own. They
Right.
don't live like me. I won't live like them. But like you think they're not harming anybody. So you're like, I'll stay out of their business.
Right.
Come to find out, their oldest daughter moves out, calls a welfare check on them, and the youngest kid is 13 or 14, and it's almost cult-like, and he doesn't know how to read or write. And parents now, the kids and the wife are gone, and only dad is there. And everybody in the neighborhood thinks that house is going to be listed for sale soon.
Well, yeah. You think they're running?
I think they're running
Yeah.
full on, call the cops.
Yeah.
Mode.
Call the cops.
Call the cops mode. Somebody did.
Yeah. It wasn't you.
Nope.
I wasn't encouraging
But
it.
then I also was like, why didn't I call the cops? Am I a bad neighbor? Am I not paying enough attention? You know, you do that.
Right.
Like, am I not paying enough attention? Am I giving people too much leeway? God, I'm going to be the lady that's like, nope, what happened before? I'm going to call the cops on my neighbors.
Call them all the time. They're going to be like, oh, God.
This lady again.
But no, I think the whole water thing, like I said, you didn't call on it because you knew that they had a solution, like a temporary solution. And maybe it was they couldn't afford to get the well fixed.
That's what I thought.
And so, I mean, you don't want to embarrass someone, but then, when that comes out, you're like, well, shit.
What else is going on in there? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious to see when it's going to be or what happens
I
to
know.
it.
Me too.
But
Me too. I'm glad I wasn't the only one. One of the other neighbors and friends in the neighborhood said the same thing. Like, you want to let somebody live their own life, and like, so you don't think maybe I should mention this to somebody. But
right.
with children's in the house, I probably should have. But I had to. Somebody said, Corey said to Josh, oh, Netflix is going to be in your neighborhood. You better be ready for your Netflix debut.
Or Dateline.
Dateline.
Keith Morrison. He's my man.
Daz will be there.
I'll be like this. Hey, Keith. I'm going to have a fan sign. I can't provide anything to your story, but I just want to meet you, Keith. He just has that like spooky voice.
Yep.
And he gets me. I'm like, ooh.
And then they add music to it.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's all Idaho needs is Keith Morrison in here again.
Right.
Like,
we've had enough.
Enough. Did you watch his interview with Lori Vallow?
No, I haven't. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Oh my God.
Did you watch it?
Yeah. It was so weird.
Somebody said that.
They basically gave her a stage to give us like the view of her, how mentally unstable she is. Like, it was so weird the way she talked to him, and like you can tell, you know how sometimes when people are so deep into a cult and then they get away from it and
they start to see
things, they start to go, oh,
yeah,
right?
That was a little crazy.
Well, she's been in jail for how long?
A couple years.
2022,
yeah.
I think it was. She's still like, she still believes it because she flat out told Keith, and this is paraphrasing, this is not a quote, like, don't come for me. She basically told him, I know things that God has showed me that you don't know, and nobody will ever know. I know things. And I'm like, yeah, you know things. You know what you did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was just so weird to watch. Like, she had it's almost like in her mind, she still believes
She did
that what happened was the right thing.
Because God, when she gets there, God told her to.
Yeah, and the pearly gates are just gonna open for her. I'm like, you killed your kids.
In my mind,
and maybe not like single-handedly did it, but like you were
I
involved.
totally, yeah. And in my mind, that's not just cult indoctrination. That's schizophrenia.
Yeah, mental illness.
Yeah,
for sure.
Something's not right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it was just so weird. She still had that like look in her eye and everything. Like, you gotta watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. I saw it come out, and I wanted. We were in Dexter, I think, still, and I was like, I need to watch that. But then you get past things, and it's not on your feed anymore. I'm gonna go watch it.
Yeah, it was just so crazy to see her. I looked at Corey and I said, she is crazy as shit still. Crazy as shit. She has not like gone, oh my God, I cannot believe I did that. And, she has zero remorse. It's so weird.
For your children.
For your children. Oh. Yeah. And she's like, I'm representing myself in the cases in Arizona. I'm like, oh God, they're going to give her an even bigger stage. Like it was just weird. You could even tell a couple of times Keith Morrison was uncomfortable. Like,
she's like tripled down.
Oh, yeah, for sure. She's like, nope, I'm right.
Dang.
Yeah. So.
People are cray. She's over here, no remorse. And I'm over here. I was going to talk about how, as moms, when your kids are doing well, you feel like everything's perfect.
Together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Adriana Pastor called and said she passed her licensing exam, her second one. So now all she's got to do is apply for her license. Woo! And she can start. Yeah. Congrats, sister. But when she called to say that Isaac's doing good and Sis is doing good, I just was like, it's so funny how that made my whole day better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when they're doing bad, I heard something, I think my mom had said it.
I said it too. Somebody said it to me.
Yeah. You're doing as good as
your saddest child.
Yep, your saddest child.
Mm-hmm. You're only doing as good as your saddest child.
Yep. And it's so true because when they are having a hard time, it's like nothing is right in the world. Mm-hmm. And then when they're all doing good, it's like, oh my goodness. Mm-hmm.
It feels good. Actually sat Josh down it was Sunday. We were drinking coffee. And I know this is weird. Well, maybe other people think it, but do you ever sometimes go, everything's good? Like your relationship's going good, your kids are happy, you feel like you're on top of the world, and you're like, can it just stay that way for a while?
Oh yeah, I think that's a normal feeling.
I don't want nothing bad, is something bad around a corner?
Yeah, and I think that's a totally normal feeling to go, everything is as it should be right now.
Just stay that. Let's just.
Yeah.
He was
just
like,
enjoy it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it's so funny how dudes, because he mentioned that, and he goes, you're so happy right now? I said, I am. I'm just like at peace and super happy right now. And he goes, that makes me really happy. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why? He goes, because when you're happy, I'm happy.
Yep. It's when our kids are not happy, we're not happy. And then when we're not happy, the husband's not happy. Yeah, it's so true. Because I just feel like dudes sometimes they keep a lot in and they're just pretty unbothered by things.
Yes.
They don't overthink like we do.
I totally agree. Totally.
Like, I want to fix everything right now before I go to bed. Uh-huh. You can't. Go to sleep.
Yeah, our brains are wired completely different for sure.
Yeah. Yep. So we went on home tour on Tuesday this week. And there is a real estate agent. She's an older woman. We have always adored her.
Yep.
And she's always super sweet. I feel like she's kind of like secretly funny too. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like she's that like unsuspecting funny, where you kind of giggle and you're like, Mile. So she was standing in the living room talking to another real estate agent, and the other real estate agent said, we were just comparing tattoos. And I'm like, what? She got a tattoo? And so she shows it to Courtney and I thought it was the sweetest thing, but it says, till you can't. And she got it tattooed on her arm, and she said she's just going to live her life to the fullest and do everything she can until she can.
I love it.
She was talking about skydiving and all of these things that she wants to try, and I thought it was so freaking cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Like, almost inspirational.
Yeah,
like,
because I think...
she's right.
Yep. A lot of people, I think, as they age, can become more reclusive and not put themselves out there for things. And age shouldn't stop you.
No, not at all. I thought it was...
Get it, girl.
Yeah, I just loved it.
It's the sweetest. So cool. It is.
Yep. She lives in my area, and there's these horses that hang out.
She takes pictures of them.
I love those pictures that she gets of those horses and with the sun behind them. It's so pretty. She takes some of the prettiest iPhone pictures.
I know. Even without the horses, I feel like some of her sunrise pictures are super pretty.
So we just adore her, and that's a good motto to live by.
Yeah.
Till you can't.
Till you can't. Get it till you can't.
Yep.
Well, mine's going to be completely off that topic.
That's okay.
What's the weirdest thing someone casually told or asked you as if it were normal? Do you have anything that comes to mind?
Not anything that comes to mind. I mean, I'm sure there is things, but I don't know any that I can think of.
None that you can think of.
I know that
one just stands out. I don't know why. It just comes to mind. There's got to be more. I know that there's more that we've been like, huh?
Yeah.
But Josh and I were in Sun Valley, and it was like in July. So Isaac was like 3 or 4 months old. Mm-hmm. And we were pushing him around in a stroller and walking around in the shops. And the lady looked down at Isaac, and then we started walking away. And she came up and grabbed us and pulled us aside and said, I just want you to know that your baby is an indigo child.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
What's an indigo child?
I looked it up when she said it, and it's something I don't even remember.
Yeah, real quick, just so I can...
Brought here to bring peace to the world or something like that.
Indigo.
Me and Josh were like, thanks? Do you say thanks?
Is a new age concept describing children who are believed to have special, unusual, and sometimes supernatural traits or abilities. They are often characterized as highly evolved and intuitive individuals.
They're 4 months old when
you're like, okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, what do
and
you
I
say
didn't
to
know,
that?
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
So,
so then you're really caught off guard. Like, what?
It caught both of us like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I found there's a couple that I pulled online for.
Let's hear them.
One of them said that he was walking into his orthopedics office to get his cast removed.
Okay.
Like an actual cast, not like a brace anymore. Or like they do now. And somebody like ran up before he got inside and said, hey, I will pay you if you'll keep your cast and give it to me when you come back out.
That person had a kink, huh?
Uh-huh. Wanted the smell.
Gosh. That's so weird. I will pay you. No, like how much?
See?
Times is tough. This economy is tough right now. How much?
You really quickly turned from no to maybe.
Yeah, how much? How much? I would negotiate it.
A couple $100 for remove my cast and give it to you? Fucking A.
But don't you ever try to stalk me or something.
No, you're...
Like if my arm sweat smells really good to you, like don't...
You need to take the cast, get in your car, and go before I leave.
Yeah, and I'll call the cops if I see your ass around my house. That is
I
weird.
mean, we got people selling undies. Why not sell a cast?
Why not? So weird.
I
Weird.
thought that one was weird. Then there was another one that said, my husband, 30, and I were pushing our shopping cart out of the grocery store when a random man, who honestly looked like Dumbledore, looked at my husband and said, take my hat. You're going to need it. You'll be bald very soon. Obviously, my husband didn't take it. It was super odd of him to say because my husband had a full head of hair. Well, 3 months later, my husband was diagnosed with a condition that made him lose all of his hair. Weird coincidence, question mark?
That would have scared the shit out of me.
Me too. Me too.
And especially with how small our town is.
I know.
I would be like, I'm moving. I don't ever want to run into that person again. Did they put a curse on me?
Yeah. That's where I would have went. Somebody
Yeah.
commented and said some people they say that you can smell certain diseases and some people could smell that. That's weird to me too, though.
I know that, like, dogs can.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
other people?
I guess.
I don't want to smell that good.
Your
There'd be some stanky
your sniffer's
people.
broke, you say.
Yeah, mine's not, like, super intense. And I don't know if it's always been that way. I don't know if it's been, like, since COVID.
Mine's
or what.
different since COVID, for sure.
But it's not super strong.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't be able to smell out a disease on somebody.
I'd be real freaked out if.
Hell yeah.
I'd be real freaked out just that somebody said that. Like you said, like they put a curse on me. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm moving.
And then when it happened, like, I gotta find that guy.
Yeah. Call the cops.
Call the cops.
Call the cops.
This other one got me, especially because of the comment on it. Okay. I love comments. Comments are my favorite.
I will spend a lot of time reading comments on
Just
some
giggling.
shit. I don't even know everybody. The internet
is
like,
perfect.
The people on the internet are so creative.
So witty.
I love it.
Me too. Josh will send me a video because he thinks the video is funny, and I go immediately to the comments and I just start ripping them off, and we just sit there and giggle our asses off to the comments.
Because people are just so good.
So this one says, I caught my former brother-in-law shooting up. He told me he had diabetes and he has to administer the medicine into his vein.
Lie.
They said this. Somebody said, sound like Lieabetes to me.
See? The comment sounds like Lieabetes to me.
Those were just some funny ones. So if you guys have some weird things that somebody casually said or asked you and thought it was totally normal, you got to tell us in our comments.
Yeah, we want to hear about it.
I got to hear.
For sure. So there is, people like stitch stuff on Instagram and stuff. There's this dude. His name is Rap Name Fogey.
Rap Name Fogey.
Rap Name Fogey. And he constantly stitches in on like Instagram coaches. And I am not kidding. I freaking die laughing every time. So there's one that I ran across the other day, but it's this coach, and he's like, what other people don't know is that my first day starts at 6 a.m. and ends at 12 p.m.
That's a good one.
My second day is 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. And my third day goes from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. And by doing this, I have manipulated time and I'm getting more done than anybody. And with this, I'm gaining this many more days than you, right?
Yeah.
And the dude stitches in, he's like, oh yeah, well, what you don't know is I have a day every minute.
24 days in a day. 24 days and 24 hours.
And he says these Instagram coaches can take anything and make it the most ridiculous thing. And then they make a book about it, and we're all trying to get better in life, so we're all buying it. And they're just selling you bullshit. And
It's true.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
We got the same amount of hours.
Yeah. Like, why are we splitting it up into days? Like,
That's the stupidest.
I'm just getting shit done from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Like, you're not getting more time than me by calling it days.
No.
You're ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And I bet so many people have bought his book or his little guide or whatever you want to call it. What do they sell?
Self-help.
So, yeah.
A how-to.
A how-to. How to manipulate
the day.
Get up and get moving. That's how you're manipulating the day. Check shit off your list. And sometimes I don't want to manipulate the day.
Totally agree.
Okay? Sometimes I want to be a piece of shit.
Herkle-durkle.
Yeah, herkle-durkle. And if you don't want to, that's totally fine. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
I am on board with you. I think they're dumb. I know a lot of people love a coach.
I can't.
But I think it's a lot of stuff you already know that you need to do. And the reason why I think people like a coach is they need accountability. And my thing is find somebody that will make you accountable if you need that.
Yeah.
Find an accountability buddy.
Yeah. An accountability buddy. Yeah. Because when you try to sell me something that way,
no,
you are immediately not like inspiring me.
But that's because you and I are both stubborn and do not like to be told really what to do.
Oh yeah, if you tell me what to do,
I
stand firm in not doing it. I'm like this.
We'll see about it.
Yeah. Now, if you like question my ability to do something,
I'm gonna
do it real hard. But if you, I don't know, like somebody calling me
and telling you got to call so many people a day, or you're gonna lose your job.
I know you gotta like make contacts and stuff like that, but I'm all about like a real contact.
Me too.
I'm not gonna
relationships.
I'm not gonna get on the phone and call 100 people in a week. That'd probably take me out for 2 months if I had to do that.
Me too.
That would take me out 2 months.
And like she said, to each their own. It's just not for us.
No.
We're not coach girls.
No, and I think sometimes the world needs to hear that there's two sides of that story.
Yes, I agree.
Because I think if you're struggling and people are in your face about that,
you just need a coach. You just need a coach. No, I fucking don't.
I need to save some money, okay? I don't need a coach.
And really, honestly, you can find all that shit
for free, 50 free.
For free on our net.
Yep. Hold yourself accountable.
You need an accountability buddy, let us know.
Yeah.
I could tell you what to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you just want me to call you and talk shit to you.
Boss you around.
Yeah, tell you what a piece of crap you are.
Give you a little motivation here and there. You did a good job. Next time, do this.
But the whole, I can manipulate time. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Well, we want to say thank you to our supporters. We felt kind of impostery to ask other businesses to help us out. And not really help us out, but support us and combine, what would you say? Join with us.
Join forces.
Join forces for us to be able to also like mention their names at our event or, have a giveaway that they would want their name mentioned at and in front of women. We kind of felt like we're not cool enough to ask businesses to do that, but we went ahead and did it yesterday.
And it went really great.
It went really great. And we have a few people we want to say thank you to. Laura at Bloom Flower Company, Amanda Webb Piercings, Jamie Springer, Sarah Lett Front Porch Properties, and Teresa and Mike Sickles with Silver Saw Woods. They donated for us. So we've got some really great prizes.
Yep. And tomorrow's bingo. And it's going to be so much fun.
So much fun.
So this will publish tomorrow. So we will be in the, what do you call it? We'll be in bingo mode tomorrow. So send us some good vibes. We're going to have fun.
We're going to have fun.
I'm
We're
super excited.
We're nervous excited.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't
what the
judge
hell
us.
were we thinking?
Don't judge us too hard. It's our first event.
I did go, who do we think we are?
I know. Our first podcast episode.
Yep.
But we're excited to see you there. Thanks for supporting us. Like, follow, comment, share it. See you later, homegirls.